Hello and welcome everybody to a Tarkir Dragonstorm draft video. That's right, Tarkir Dragonstorm is the flashback draft offered this week. So we're going to dive in, maybe draft some sweet 5-color dragons, or of course, beat people down with Boros aggro, because really this is mostly a 2 archetype format. Sadly, we won't be able to do any more powered cubes at least until next week. Hope all of you have been enjoying the past 2 cube videos. It was a lot of fun. Thank you once again to Wizards for giving me that opportunity. And, once the cubes come out next week, I think I'm going to go pretty hard. I think I might even do some actual real live streaming, trying to hit rank 1, assuming it's ranked. If I can hit rank 1 doing Arena powered cube, that'll be something else. So keep an eye out for that. Again, a few more days before we actually get access to powered cube on Arena. All right, now before we hop into this draft, I just want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Head on over to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Magic the Gathering sealed product, or you needed some singles for your standard, modern, pioneer, or commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, head on over to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are your one-stop shop for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that use a special magnetic technology that allow all their products to snap into place. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Alrighty, here we go. It's been a while since I've drafted this format. Let's see if I remember what to do here. Well, Sirach is good. 3 mana for a 4/3 Trampler, can't be countered whenever it gets... Yeah, I mean, look, you can't go wrong with this card. It's always going to be great. So let's take the beefy green beatdown card. All right. Yeah, I mean, this card's obviously great. Moving on to pack 1, pick 2. Okay, so Frontline Rush is one of the premier uncommons if you want to go the Boros aggro deck, so that's certainly something to consider. Now, noting that this doesn't share a wedge with Sirach, so it would just be a completely different combination that I'd be looking to move into. So I don't think it's an appropriate pick given our first pick. Had we taken a red or a white card, obviously we take it. Runescale Stormbrood is a decent dragon, but I'm looking at Sibsig Appraiser. This, I believe, was the best common in the entire format. Remember Codecracker Hound from Edge of Eternities? Now, this is a little bit worse, but it's a common. So I do think this is probably the pick after we first pick a Sirach. Maybe we move into Teamer or Sultai Value. That would be good. But yeah, I do think it's enough better than the other cards for me to take it here, second pick. All right, pack 1, pick 3. Things get a little bit more interesting here. Riverwheel Sweep is a good card, but of course you want to be leaning into the Jeskai colors to utilize this card. What else is that? I forget how highly I'm supposed to take these lands. I do like Saga Wildling a fair amount, right? It's just a fine card to always play in your decks, gives you mana fixing, and acts as a dragon. And of course, Teamer Dragons is one of the stronger archetypes to move into. So I'm leaning towards taking that over one of these lands. I think the other option would have been the Riverwheel Sweep. But given that I have the Sirach, I think I'd rather take the Saga Wildling. But it does look like Jeskai could be open, but we'll see where this goes. There is a Jeskai Monument in this pack, actually, and there's an Overwhelming Surge. Rite of Renewal, if I recall, was a little bit too slow. So here I'm looking at either Jeskai Monument or the Earth Carver. And I think the Earth Carver is pretty replaceable. I don't think Overwhelming Surge is particularly strong. So, given that I saw the Riverwheel Sweep, this is a little bit rough, but I'm seeing back-to-back Jeskai cards, and I know Jeskai is not like a popular color combination, but I'm gonna speculate on the Jeskai Monument here in case Jeskai actually ends up being an open color combination for me to move into. Ooh, Duty Beyond Death, that's really good in the Boros aggro decks. I don't know how much I like it in Jeskai though. There's Host of the Hereafter if you wanted to move into Golgari. Golgari is not particularly strong, but if it's open, certainly you can make something work there. There's a Durgar Island Dragon here and a Duty Beyond Death as well. If I wanted to move into like a base red deck, I could certainly consider Jeskai Devotee, but I think I'd rather take the Durgar Island Dragon anyways. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I don't want to just go Golgari mid-range right away. Duty Beyond Death is fine, but let's take the Dragon here. I mean, I think we're more likely to be like some kind of dragon shell here than anything else. Gurmag Rakshasa is okay. Jungle Hollow is fine. There's an Evolving Wilds and a Focus the Mind here that I'm really looking at. think I'll take the Focus the Mind. It's always nice to have some ways to draw cards. So I am going to disregard my mana fixing here for now and just prioritize having enough playables for my deck. Here, pack 1 picks 7. Certainly could use some 2-drops, so I think Sultai Devotee is a fine pickup at this point. It doesn't feel like Boros is actually super duper open here, so that's good for us. And we're seeing some number of green cards, although admittedly they're not super strong green cards. But Sultai Devotee certainly sets us up. Ooh, Rakshasa's Bargain. Did people forget how good this card was? All right, Sultai Value might be where we're leaning towards here. Another Focus the Mind and a Champion of Doosan. Now that I have the Rakshasa's Bargain to go with the Focus the Mind, now if I do get the option of taking mana fixing versus a card draw spell, we might change our tune here, but it's certainly going to take the Rakshasa's Bargain here. Here we have Durgar Island Dragon versus Focus the Mind. I'm going to just take... that's another Jeskai Monument battle, by the way. But I'm just going to just take the dragons and hope we get some of the good dragon payoffs. Here's a Piercing Exhale. Beholding a Dragon is very nice here, and we have 3 already. I don't mind Sagu Pummeler, but this deck certainly needs some interaction here as well. So let's go ahead and take that. And yeah, I mean, we still won't necessarily rule out, like, this is fine as a blue-green card, as a 4-mana spell. So I'm going to take Swiftwater Cliffs because I think all these other cards are replaceable. And I think the upside of being able to splash and play Teamer cards is quite strong. Sarkhan's Resolve I don't really love. All right, this is an okay start here. Our curve isn't ideal. And, so we're going to be trying to focus on the cheaper end of our mana curve if that is a possibility. All right, here we don't have any globes yet, but we can certainly use it. So we have a really interesting pick here right out the gate. We can either take Dragonstorm Forecaster or Frontier Bivouac. There's also Frostcliff Siege, but I don't love this card. All right. I'm going for the upside. Look, it's a cheap thing to play already. Let's get a Dragonstorm Globe, please. Oh, should I get another one? No. I don't want to pick up a second one. Sarkhan is okay, but Disruptive Stormbrood is perfect for this kind of deck, especially because I'm probably looking to be Sultai here anyways. But yeah, very, very happy with Disruptive Stormbrood. Swiftwater Cliffs may or may not be used here, but, I mean, look, there's a world where we go more than 3 colors, and in that world, obviously, then, the Swiftwater Cliffs ends up being quite nice. Here we have Lie in Wait, which is really good, but I think Sibsig Appraiser is simply just better. So let's go ahead and take that. Inoc Wayfarer, also a fine card here as well. All right. Man, all the forecasters. You know what I'm looking for. I need a globe. A Dragonstorm Globe. Do I take the second one here? I don't know. I mean, there's a Lotus Light Dancers. I guess I'll take the Dancers. I mean, look, I can't take a second one over an on-color card here, but noting that I don't currently have any things that I want to play out of my graveyard just yet, so that is something that I need to be on the lookout for now that I picked up the Lotus Light Dancers. What is it? What was the mechanic called? The thing that adds +1/+1 counters, Champion of Doosan, cards of that nature. All right, I'll take Fresh Start here. We are absolutely on the lookout here for good interaction, and this is very solid. As much as I like Dismal Backwater, and I do think that it's important, I think good cheap interaction is also extremely... Crater Hoof Behemoth? I mean, if it's wrong, I don't want to be right, okay? I'm going to take it. All right, let's maybe not play the Earth Carver. All right, here we'll take the Evolving... Ooh, Inoc Wayfarer also really good. Teamer Devotee I don't care for. Yeah, actually, I'm going to take the Wayfarer here. All right, well, I guess Dragonstorm Forecaster is not really a thing. Do I want Blue Greenland or Auroral Procession? I don't really want Agent of Kotis. And I don't care about Emergent Ultimatum. All right, we need to be able to cast our spells. These are all kind of replacement level. Let's take a Blue Greenland here. All right, another Blue-Red land. That's a Teamer Tawny back. There's a Sagu Pummeler. I think I'm just going to take the Pummeler here. I don't really need to play red. And this is a green creature to put into the graveyard for the Dancers. So let's go ahead and take that. Our creature count is extremely high. Ooh, another Sagu Wildling. Our spell count is also quite high. Synchronized Charge. I mean, none of these cards are actually going to make it into my deck. I'll just rare draft. I have way too many playables here where I'm not super concerned. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then these 3 cards I can also play, depending. Another Sibsig Appraiser, Fanekeeper's Familiar, and Disruptive Stormbrood. What a pack. I think this card is too sweet. I mean, I love Sibsig Appraiser, and I really like Disruptive Stormbrood, but Fanekeeper's Familiar is really, really fun. So I'm going to take that here. You can counter a creature spell, gain 3 life, surveil 3. It just kind of does everything that you want. All right, what do we have here? Pack 3, pick 2. There is Sultai Devotee. I don't really care about Mammoth Bellow on the splash. And there is also an Evolving Wilds, which we could use to fix our mana. I'm going to take Devotee. I could use a cheap creature here. And this just gives us the exact mana fixing that we need for our colors. So pretty happy picking that up. Here I'll take Appraiser over Saga Wildling number 3. Another Devotee. I'm not a big fan of Corroding Dragonstorm, but 3 mana for a 2/1 that gets me a card is always very, very strong. So very, very happy about that. Literally, this is like the 4th or 5th Dragonstorm Forecaster. Well, guess what? This is the 4th Sibsig Appraiser. This is ridiculous. This common is really good, guys. Stop passing it to me. Oh my gosh, it's a 5th one. At some point, is it too many? At some point, is it too many? Should I take Caustic Exhale? I actually think I should. Yeah, I should. I have no removal. I have 4 Appraisers already. I do think it's probably responsible to take the Exhale here. All right. Yeah, this card's always just good. Wingblade Disciple, 3 mana, 2/2 flyer, flurry, make an extra 1/1. Gonna happily take that. All right, I'll take some lands here. Ooh, Disruptive Stormbrood, I'll continue taking over Saga Wildling number 3. Our mana fixing should still be fine. I only have 1 land, but I have double Devotee and double Saga Wildling. So with 1 swamp, I effectively have 5 black sources for like 3 black cards. So let's take the Stormbrood here. Also, this is... You can treat this as like a 2 mana removal spell, right? Here we can take Thornwood Falls or Sultai Devotee. Riverwalk Technique is also fine. I think I'm just going to take Thornwood Falls. 9th pick Appraiser. All right, fair enough. And an Evolving Wilds. Okay, so we got all of our mana fixing. Oh, Devotee as well. I guess I don't need to play the Wayfarer. I guess the Lotus Light Dancers probably isn't good enough here. So we can probably just cut it. I mean, I'm going to take this in case I feel like I want to play this card. But I think it's fine just not playing it, to be honest. I mean, granted, we can like... I mean, there's plenty of things here we can cut. These are the cards that I... All of these cards I like. I don't think I love Whale of War on the splash. Right of Renewal. Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure how strong this deck is. It's like our curve is okay. And we have decent interaction. So there's that. Okay, you know what? I always do this. I'm going to do it again. We'll just take a look at everything. I don't know. Something's wrong with me. All right. Let's figure out what to cut here. So I don't have like... I basically have no dragon synergies. I don't need any Focus the Minds. I have 5 Sibsig Appraisers. There's Rite of Renewal, but I think Whale of War is a better version of that, if that's something that I wanted. Certainly the Earth Carver can get cut here. $10 green. I mean, our mana should be really good with what we got. This is 17 lands. This gives us 10 green, 8 blue, and 3 black with a bunch of other black cards here. I probably should keep like whatever black cards I play to a minimum. It's like Fanekeeper's Familiar, Caustic Exhale are specifically the cards I'm really interested in playing. And the Disruptive Stormbroods, of course. But I don't think I care about Whale of War. All right, I'm going to move some maybe cards here off to the side. Yeah, I really just... Agent of Kotis is just too bad of a card to play, I think. So let's just not play it. Saga Wildling, does that count as a spell? It's like a mana fixer, right? We have 21 creatures, but granted 4 of them are like spell-like. Yeah, the Durgar Island dragons actually look quite poor here, just because I have like almost literally 0 dragon synergies. And also I'm looking at this and I'm wondering if I should play the Whale of War. Like, I don't think I'm gonna deck myself, so I think it's better than Rite of Renewal. And with 5 Sibsig Appraisers and a Wayfarer, and, you know, possibly even, like, with the bargain, I don't know. Alright, let's play the Whale of War. It kills a lot of my things, but I think with this many creatures and all the filter... Like, getting back a couple of Sibsig Appraisers seems just super duper strong. Let's cut Sarkhan's Resolve. And I'm wondering, like, I know I have a Craterhoof Behemoth, but given that I have Einok Wayfarer, like, double Sagu Wildling, there is a consideration to just play 16 lands here. I'm going to keep the Pummeler so I can search out with the Dancers. If I ever draw the Whale of War, I can put Craterhoof into my yard. Yeah, let's just go 16 lands. All right, this deck looks sweet. Let's give it a whirl. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate all your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join an incredible group of folks that are also looking to up their limited game. I also post monthly videos along with streams. Lots of benefits, check it out. 3 islands, double Sibsig Appraiser on the play I'm going to keep. Now, noting that I have 10 green, 6 blue, but we drew all of our islands, but the Appraisers should get us to the green sources. The reason why I'm playing so many green sources is because I have double Sagu Wildling and I have triple Sultai Devotee. So once I get to the green mana, then we should be able to, you know, like play basically everything else. Play Sibsig Appraiser here. Shocking Sharpshooter is very, very good. Alright, we'll take the Wingblade Disciple, given that I have 2 more Sibsig Appraisers in my hand. Alright, we need to find a black source to kill the Sharpshooter. We're going to start taking a lot of damage here. Oh my gosh. The classic, just perfect Mardu mana, too. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Let's try to find a black source here off of the Wayfarer, or the Appraiser. Let's take the Wildling. And do that. This allows us to find the black source. And we have 2 choices. We can either go Saga Wildling, Stormbrood, and just kill the Sharpshooter right away, or I can just go Wingblade Disciple, get a Swamp. Both are fine options. Okay. I'm taking lots of damage here. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Sure. Fanekeeper's Familiar. I'm just gonna take the damage, I think. I'm gonna go get a Swamp. I gotta play this first. I'm gonna play this. This gives us plenty of blockers. Get the Swamp. Play the Swamp and pass. Now this turn, obviously, we can take a lot of damage. This is an ideal start here from the opponent. We had a good draw as well, but like we're, you know, a little bit behind here on board. Let's see what they have for their last 3 cards. Now, we didn't really see a whole lot of Mardu cards ourselves. Oh my goodness. Venerated Stormsinger. Okay. Yeah, this is an unbelievable start. But the thing is, it's just hard to like be able to cast all these spells like reliably. There's so many things I have to kill, which is the problem. Well, we'll use the... The problem is my deck just doesn't have enough removal. Like, I'm taking 4 damage here. Yeah, they're just burning me out. And there's not a whole lot I can do either. Unfortunately. I can Sibsig Appraiser here, of course, and just try to find another removal spell. Yep. Okay, we did find one. I don't have a dragon, but that's fine. Yeah, this is tough. I guess I'll just play the Appraiser. Well, these are both removal spells. All right, and there's no way you have another removal spell here. That's actually insane. What? That's crazy. That their last card was Caustic Exhale? I guess we die. Oh my gosh, that's so silly. Yeah, I mean, this was just the absolute dream start. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, I apologize. It's just... When I played this format, I just remembered, like, getting Mardude, never a good feeling. And the thing is, we had a perfectly fine draw. It just, that was an unstoppable hand. I suppose I could have used the Disruptive Stormbrood, but I figured with one card left, I wanted to just Surveil instead. And of course, that ended up costing me. Alright. I'm going to hold off on the Saga Wildling here so that... Because this is a cheap way for me to double spell, potentially. Off the Wingblade Disciple. Hey, look, another Boros player. Alright. I'm just going aggressive here. If they kill my Disciple, they kill my Disciple. But, you know, I've got a 2, a 3, and a 4 here to play. Sure. Play the Sagu Pummeler. Alright, Bloodfell Caves, 5 cards in hand for the opponent. See? Okay, Rescue Leopard, sure, that's fine. Alright, we drew a land here. Now, keep in mind, Lotus Light Dancers does not do anything. It's just the 3/6 lifelinker because I drew the Pummeler, which is still a totally fine card here. But I'd rather just play an evasive creature right now. And then just keep everything else back. It's the advantages of playing these dragons, right? Now, the question is, if I don't have anything great to put in my graveyard, do I put, like, bad things in my graveyard? Possibly. Ooh, Exile. That's a nice one. Alright, so the Devotee here will likely trade with the Leopard. I mean, I guess they still have 3 more cards. Oh. Oh. That's what you're doing. And then they can use the Devotee to play the Effigy? Wow. That was a triple spell turn. Goodness. Fair enough. Alright. I mean, I still think my hand is pretty decent, but yes, that was quite impressive. Wow, that was tough. But, you know, honestly, like, they're down to 3 cards, and just playing the card advantage game here seems like the smart thing to do from my side. Wow. Haven't seen people play this card that often. Now I kind of wish that I took the Disruptive Stormbrood. But it's fine. Get that out of there. I want to get a second creature in my... Well, everything else looks pretty good. I guess I don't really want to draw this card, so we'll just put that in the yard. Alright, we'll play Sibsig Appraiser. We'll take Craterhoof Behemoth. We're one land away, folks. One land away. The classic, any draw is good, right? Any draw is good here. It's a land, Fleeting Effigy. Another Fleeting Effigy, sure. We'll take it all. Because if I want another creature, and if I play this, I win the game. Nope. Alright, we'll keep these back now, because they can tap as well. Happy enough trading now. Just give me a land. Just give me a land. Here's my question. What if I draw a Saga Wildling? What do I do? I think the play is to play it. But it is a consideration. Rally the Monastery? Wow. Fair enough. This is actually getting kind of dicey. Okay. One card. Oh, this is actually really, really annoying. I guess I have to block? I'm at 7 life. I can block 1, but if I take this, I just go to 3. They tap this, and then this deals 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 30, 40, 15. I guess that's lethal. Well, no, they would tap this, and then they would take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Whatever, okay. I just... keeping my life... Like, I still have to believe that my late game is going to be better than theirs. So that's my thought process here. Like, I'm just playing this to have a large creature in play. It's not ideal. But I gotta do what I gotta do, right? My opponent played this quite well. So Whale of War would be a really, really nice thing to draw off the top. A Sibsig Appraiser would also be quite nice. You can't have two things here. Ugh, the stupid underdogs. Every time. Alright, I mean, this is not looking good. They had a double spell turn, and they have this tapper, and I have no way to kill it. Okay, that was good. Alright, Sibsig Appraiser. We have Appraisers for days. Whale of War. Okay, that's huge. I can't kill the Erishin thing. Do I want to attack this turn? I'm at 8 life? Sure. Get you back. Get you back. I think it's close between that and like Appraiser, but I just felt like another big Trampler here is quite good on this board. And if they want to tap down my Lotus Light Dancers, they take a bunch of damage, right? The power of the Appraiser. The power of the Appraiser. Yeah. I mean, 5 Sibsig Appraisers is really dumb. It's really dumb. Like, they had a solid aggressive deck with a solid draw, and they even put us in some pretty tricky spots. So, like, we definitely could have lost that game, and I don't even know if I 100% played that super well in terms of managing my life as a resource. And there's that Crater Hoof Behemoth, but we got it done. Man, starting out 2 losses with this, like, I think this deck is really solid. You know, certainly lacking a little bit of interaction, but as far as power goes, this deck is really up there. I mean, quintuple Sibsig Appraiser. Come on. Probably just going to use the Wildling here. Well, maybe not now. Yeah, okay, maybe not now. Given that I drew a land, I have 4 lands here. Let's get green because we have the Crater Hoof. A bunch of Sibsig Appraisers. Let's take the Stormbrood over the Appraiser. Dalkovan Pack Beasts. What does this say? 4 less, okay. The problem with this is I can't double spell. Yeah, the problem is I can't double spell. So I think the play here is Disciple Sagu Wildling. And here I'll get a blue source probably. Next turn I can go Petty Revenge plus Appraiser. And, you know, it's not like I'm taking a gazillion damage here off the Dalkovan Pack Beast, so I think this is okay. Another Mardu deck. 3rd Mardu deck in a row, by the way. Okay. Oh, Lotus Light Dancers is a good one. All right. Setting ourselves up very, very nicely here. Another Venerated Stormsinger. Okay. They can't attack me, though. That is a Whale of War, which lets me get back some action later. I guess interesting turn for me, but probably Lotus Light Dancers is just the play. So let's put... Where is it? The Pummeler into the graveyard. And that's it. I actually don't have any black creatures, really. The thing is this even good? Like, I have a 3/6 lifelinker. Okay. I guess they could have the... Oh! That actually worked, yeah. Sure. Yep. Okay, so... I really want to continue hitting my land drops. I'm gonna... Ooh. This is actually super interesting. I think I want to do it like this. So that if I draw my black removal, I can cast it on one of those things. Yeah, there you go. Here. I don't need to Crater Hoof. Alright. I'm not Piercing Exhaling. That killed me last time. Let's just kill the Storm Singer. Always have a backup plan. Yep. Played slow. Zergo's Vanguard, sure. I'll block it. Alright. Sagu Wildling. Gotta think now. One card left in hand for the opponent. The way that I look at this is, it's unlikely that they have 2 removal spells. So if they did have 1 removal spell, wow, that's not a good one. Wow, what is this? Okay. Sure. Block here, I guess? That's fine. When does this happen? At the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so let's get stuff back. Let's get back Appraiser and... Do I just want a 3/6 lifelinker? Probably. Obviously, if we just draw a land, it's game. We did not. Alright. Way too much value. Look at this. I have 5 cards left in my hand here. Really happy with my decision to play the Whale of War, by the way. Just because we have so many ways to churn through our decks. And with 5 Sibsig Appraisers, getting that back along with something else is just so much value that I'm happy with this. It also makes me feel less bad about playing Einok Wayfarer and milling my Crater Hoof, because I can always get it back in the late game. Alright, on the play here, going to keep this. Our hand is really, really solid. What's funny is Whale of War is really good against us. Like, the -1/-1 effect, we're not going to use that often. Now, I know you should be sacrificing Evolving Wilds at the end of your opponent's turn, but it really will not change how my opponent plays, and it's more efficient, so that's why I do it. But if you're playing in a Pro Tour and you want to, like, super try hard, certainly you're welcome to sack the Evolving Wilds end of turn. Alright, Grixis? Teamer Monument. Okay, so they're like 4-color dragons. So. I wonder if I'm supposed to play like Sarkhan's Resolve. Just play to the board. I kind of want to land. Do I need the second black source? Not particularly. I'd rather just have the second blue, to be honest. Just more likely to be able to like double spell that way. Next turn we can double spell here. If they play a thing, I can Stormbrood plus Wayfarer, which is pretty good. Never mind. They played a 4/4. Okay. Oh, I can still attack with the Devotee. Good trade. And then let's play the Pummeler. Just, I feel like if the games go really late, like I could draw cards, but I feel like if the game goes really long, they're gonna be able to come back. So I just want to just keep playing the biggest thing that I can. Like, look at this. They're playing Glacierwood Siege, so they gotta... Can't instance or sorceries? I mill? What the... Okay. I gotta be careful here. Oh, I do have the Stormbrood, though. What am I saying? Let's hope to hit a land here. But I played a Devotee in case I don't. Okay. Alright, so perhaps they're on a 4-color Glacierwood Siege mill deck. Now, I do have 2 copies of Disruptive Stormbrood in my deck, and certainly interested in casting my Stormbrood here to kill the siege. Assuming it look, if your opponent plays this on turn 4 and names Teamer, like, you better believe that their whole deck is just like mostly spells and they're just trying to get you with this card. They probably have more than one copy of this card, so we just have to be mindful of that. Yep. It's fine. Now they don't have mana to counter. There you go. There's your entire game plan. What you got now? I could have gone a land and played a land, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of value in just casting Wildling when my opponent's at 9 right now, so that's what I'm going with here. You know they have mostly all spells. Sure. Yeah, Narset's Rebuke would have been really nice as a way to mill me out. Okay. Yeah. Wow. This would have been a really explosive turn from the opponent. That is super interesting. I'm just gonna hold. I'm just gonna pass. Like, if they want to flashback the Glacial Dragon Hunt, that's fine. Yep. And I'm just gonna play this out to Surveil. Oh, they're just dead, actually. Because I have the Pummeler. Yep. All right. Hey, you know, at least my opponent, like, they had a brew, right? It's a respectable brew. They try to go deep with the Teamer enchantment, which can be very strong in the right deck. So props to them for trying that out. I just managed to have... It was a really bad matchup because I have three main deck ways to kill enchantments. All right, opponent going first. I will keep this hand. Now, we do have an 8-drop, so this is effectively like a mulligan to 6, but the rest of the 6 is pretty good. Turn 1 Mardu Devotee, you never want to see this. Somehow, this 1-drop ended up being one of the best commons in the Mardu decks. In fact, it might actually just straight up be the best common. I don't remember. It's been a bit. It's been a minute. All right, we're going to go get a Swamp with the Evolving Wilds. I have 2 black removal spells that I'm really interested in casting. Sinkhole Surveyor. Yeah, okay. So they're black-white or straight Mardu, whatever. Let's go get our Swamp. I mean, certainly using a removal spell, just trying to figure out which one. We'll just do this one. Shuffle it back in, gives us a chance to redraw it. Although, not entirely sure that I want to redraw it necessarily. Give me a land. Any untapped land. Then we can smell what Sarok is cooking. Because Sultai Devotee on this board isn't like the most exciting thing. I mean, it's fine with the Piercing Exhale, I guess. Presumably they have a land here. Well, that's highly unfortunate. I guess I'll play Devotee. Because that way if I draw... I mean, that lets me potentially play the Appraiser. Although, yeah, I mean... Right now it's like it's a 2-1 that's not going to block either of the Devotees. Yeah, and they're Mardu. It is actually incredible the number of Mardu opponents that we're playing against. Right? Did people forget to draft 5-color? I mean, Mardu ended up being the best thing to do, so I guess maybe everybody's just forcing it. It is just, I always just find these, like, flashback drafts to be, like, the metagame behind the flashback drafts to be super fascinating. Yeah, well, that's probably game. Okay, well, now we gotta start blocking Devotees here. I'm gonna play... Look, if they kill it, I draw a card. I mean, I take 4 damage. But there's just like a lot of upside here. Reigning victor. Oof. Look, you know, that's actually not too bad. Because I can still block the token. But we do take a lot of damage. Okay, a land would have been really good. Oof. My mana situation is actually not ideal here. This Crater Hoof is looking mighty embarrassing. Alright, well, I do have a Fanekeeper's Familiar, which allows me to kill War Effort. I have the double, I have lots of ways, actually. But our hand is unfortunate. Like, if I, like, just one island, and our hand just gets completely unlocked. Okay, no attacks there is huge. 2 cards in hand, they don't have a removal spell. They probably have a creature, right? I guess maybe they had a 5-drop. Okay, so we're gonna get an island off of this. Now the question here is like... I suppose I could have killed this. Appraiser seems reasonable here, so let's play it. Still digging for lands, probably. Ooh. It's actually quite interesting. I'm gonna take the Stormbrood over the Lotus Light Dancers. It's just another way to kill War Effort. And another interactive spell. And something that I can cast. Whereas this one, I need to draw land. We're gonna chill here. 2 cards in hand. I think if they had a removal spell, they would have cast it last turn. Of course, they can be on a 5-mana spell. They could also be flooded. But we'll see. Nope, it was a dragon. What does this do? Ward, pay 2 life. Remove all counters from... Okay. I mean, the big thing here is it's just like it's a giant flyer. The problem with playing this is I still take a bunch of damage off of this. I guess it's 4. So I'm kind of on Fresh Start and Caustic Exhale. Yeah. We're going to take a lot of damage off of that, though. All right, 2 cards in hand for the opponent. Lots of good options for us. What the hell? A second Purging Stormbrood? That's incredible! What? Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't have a choice here, right? This is gonna kill me. Oh, that sucks. I guess I'm at 1. Wow. Wow. That is horrible. I'm at 1. I guess they had action. Jesus Christ. How am I even supposed to handle this? I don't see how. Oh, that... Yeah, that counts. I go to 5. Alright, here we go. I mean, I have outs, right? If I draw an untapped land, I kill them. If I can block with the Familiar and they don't have a pump spell. Alright, let's draw a land. Okay, I don't want that. I want to untap 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that enough? 4, 8, 12, 16. Come on. Oh my gosh! Oh, the gain land for the win! The gain land for the win! I went down to 1 life! Oh, that's a crazy game. I thought I was dead for sure. The gain land with the Fanekeeper's Familiar got us up to 5 lives so we don't die to the Stormbrood. And I used Wither and Bloom to survive and go down to 1 life when they had their Purging Stormbrood to give their creature a hexproof. Wow! That was a sick, sick victory. Holy cow. Craterhoof for the win! Alright, on the play here, all 3 of our colors. Very, very happy about that. Oh, I should have led with Swamp. Whatever. Oh, there's the... They could have been in our draft, by the way. Alright, Dragonstorm Forecaster is a good one. Should I have killed that, actually? Wait, I'm a dum-dum. Why didn't I kill that? No, that... And at this point, it's like too late. Wow, okay. That was just me, like, not being focused. Like, I 100% should have killed the Stormcaster. That is a game-losing play. They must already have the globe. Yeah. Silly, silly. Silly, silly, silly. Jeez. Okay. Five cards in hand. Or 6 cards in hand? Man, I don't think I could have played this game any worse. I really don't. They have 3 cards in hand. I mean, we're still doing okay here, but I really don't think I could have played this game worse. That's my bad. They're at 7 life. Even if they kill one of these, it's a lethal attack. I have Piercing Exhale with Sultai Devotee as a combination as well. So they need to play like a Sweeper or Jeskai Revelation, something really, really big here. But had I exhaled way, way earlier... Yeah, let's just pretend this one didn't happen. Because I am very, very unhappy with how I sequenced the entirety of this game. I mean, the big thing is I should have just killed this instantly. And then also when I attack with the 2 creatures, I should have used it. Perenation? What the hell? So it's indestructible? Is that the joke? What do you do? I see. 2 cards in hand. Alright, well, they're at 7. They gain some life. But I still have Piercing Exhale here. It looks like they also have Piercing Exhale. I really want them to use their removal like now. They have 2 cards left. It's Encroaching Dragonstorm and an unknown card. Oh, and it's Encroaching Dragonstorm that they're playing. Okay. Interesting. Ho ho ho! Alright, this should be lethal, right? Let's see, they eat this. 3, 6, 7, 8, yeah. Alright. My opponent also went super deep with all 5 colors and globes and Dragonstorms. It looks like a really sweet deck, but they still had to play some filler, probably because they had to prioritize a lot of picks on mana fixing to make it work, which is kind of the issue with 5 colors. Like, oftentimes I generally prefer 3 colors, because once you go to 4th and 5th color, to actually do the math on trying to figure out how to cast all your spells, it becomes a lot more difficult, and you lean super heavily on making sure you pick up those Dragonstorm globes. Alright, on the play, we keep getting good mana draws at least, so I can't complain about that. With 3 lands and a Wayfarer, again, I don't think I'm going to use the Saga Wildling here to get a basic land. I feel like we can get that option later if we need. So I'd rather just, like, Wayfarer is likely to find a land. If I miss with the Wayfarer, then obviously I can just go ahead and search for something with the Wildling. There's the Forecaster. I can't say I'm a fan of Rolling Dragonstorm hitting play. I guess I could have killed it with this. I don't know. It's fine. Alright, let's play Sibsig Appraiser here. Yeah, maybe I should have used the Disruptive Stormbrood. I don't know. Ooh. Stormbrood or Piercing Exhale? I think I want the Stormbrood. It's kind of funny because now, like, I really want to land for the Wingblade Disciple. Although it's weird because, like, if I got to land with this, I wouldn't have been able to double spell anyways. Yeah, so fresh start on this would have been a lot better. Oh yeah, just max punishment. Max punishment for everything. 5 cards. I mean, this is just like how not to sequence your removal spells over the last 2 games. The thing is, it's like pretty unlikely that their 3 or 4 drop is so good that I have to kill it immediately, but that's exactly what happened here. Oh, man. I don't care about an extra 1/1 flyer there. Let's play the Wayfarer and hope to hit a land. Super likely to hit a land. There it is. Last card down. Let's play the Appraiser. Ooh. It's, I mean, the thing is, like, there's a lot of value in renewing the Pummeler as well. So, I'll just take the Exhale. Alright, so they got a lot of dragon shenanigans here. They probably have a counterspell, to be honest. So I'm not entirely sure what to do here. Play into it, probably. Yep. It feels like a counterspell. Like, it smells so badly of a counterspell. You know what I mean? Yeah. It stinks of a counterspell. It reeks of a counterspell. Yeah, I mean, that's just really good sequencing, and this is going to be tough. The issue with our deck, too, is, like, we have a lot of, like, little creature removal, but not a lot of big creature removal. And Roiling Dragonstorm is just the nuts here. I'm gonna kill it here. Four cards and a Encroaching Dragonstorm here for the opponent. I guess we always have the out of, like, finding a bunch of things and going Craterhoof Behemoth, so I guess we might be leaning on that at some point. We lost the Piercing Exhale, which would have been pretty cool with a Death Touch creature, but I think getting the Stormbrood was more important there. Constrictor Sage. Okay, I care less about that. There is the Craterhoof Behemoth. Okay. All right, there's Sultai Devotee and Sagu Wildling. I like Sultai Devotee. But double land is also pretty tempting. They're at 19. Okay, definitely take Sultai Devotee. So the way I look at this is I'm going to use the Saga Wildling here to get a land. But it just puts the lands into my graveyard. Let's see. I guess I can take a Swamp here. The question is whether or not I want to use the other Wildling when they're at 4 cards in hand. Yeah, I do. I mean, they get shuffled back into my deck anyways. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 damaged. 30, 32, 35, 36, 37, 38 damage coming in. Oh, am I dead? I have to be dead. They went Sarkhan's Resolve. Yeah. Okay. Good beats. Wow. Sarkhan's Resolve into Dragonclaw Strike is unfortunate. Oh, well. All right. Well, we got comboed out. Man, I was setting up because it was not looking great for me. But I was setting up for the the guaranteed Craterhoof Behemoth. Like, yes, you could make the argument that I should have kept up the Caustic Exhale there. But the issue is, at 16 life, I'm not expecting to die there. They need 2 cards to kill me, right? So I'd rather just make sure that I have the lands to play Craterhoof Behemoth. So it's one of those, like, you kind of play the numbers. And in this instance, the numbers were not in our favor. Man! Ooh! Almost got the Craterhoof Behemoth victory there. All right, opponent on the play here. I have an Evolving Wilds, which I believe I should use to get a Swamp. I have lots of black 2-mana plays. Let's keep this. We'll play against an aggressive deck. Okay, we drew the Swamp, so now we don't need to get a Swamp here. I will get a Forest. And here, if I draw like a Caustic Exhale, obviously I should just cast it, but on the draw here against Boros with no 2-drop is a little bit concerning. Yep. Let's go get the Forest. Come on, removal spell, please. No, I hate everything. We drew another land. All right, well. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I think playing the Surrak will be good, but if they play something here and then get the Surrak out of the way, it's going to be really tough. It's going to be really tough. Like, do I even trade here? I don't know. Like, if they kill this, I take 5. Like, now I draw a card, but... And this does gain me life. So all of those certainly help. But right now, it's just trying to stay alive. Doing everything in my power to stay alive. Yep. Okay, we take 5. All right, no land for them. Ooh, Disruptive Stormbrood on Detainment seems amazing. So I will play the Sibsig Appraiser to hopefully trade with the Jeskai Devotee. Let's try to find a good interact. Here, I'll take the Pummeler over the land. We'll play Thornwood Falls, and we'll pass. Now, they missed a land drop, which is great. But yeah, I mean, this is just so strong on the Detainment. If they double spell here, I'm not going to like it. I mean, I'm still blocking. It's not a big cost, right? Yeah, they make 1/1, sure. Good job. Okay. I mean, we had an incredible draw. So did they. Actually, you can argue that their draw was better than ours. Like Salt Road Pack Beast. Another Salt Road Pack. Okay, okay. The Boros Menace. The Boros Menace. I do strongly believe that Boros was way, way too overtuned. I strongly believe that. I think they just made it, like, at common, you just get so many cards that work so well together. What do I even do? I'm at 4? I mean, like I said, I might just, I'm probably just dead. Like, a 1-mana 4/3 that replaces itself. Whew. And that's the thing, like, our hand was incredible, but, like, any spell here, literally any spell, and it's just all over. And given that they missed land drops, like, we're probably just completely dead here. I don't think I can get away with blocking. I suppose I can block like that and go to 1. Woo! Oh. Shocking Sharpshooter? That's not good. Okay, well, I can gain life here, right? So, I need to do that. Okay. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I have Whale of War, which can get back stuff. I'm just getting back the gain land. Let's be real here. No attacks. I do need to kill the Shocking Sharpshooter, given that I'm at 4 life. But I don't have the black mana to be able to pull that off. I suppose I can get back Stormbrood and Sultai Devotee, and then use the Devotee to channel the mana. Alternatively, if I feel like my life total is healthy, I can try to do Lotus Light Dancer things. Okay. Okay. Oh. We drew the Devotee right away. Alright, so certainly Disruptive Stormbrood. Sirach or Sibsig Appraiser. I think it's just the Appraiser. Let's kill this. Oh my gosh, are we stabilizing? Yeah, I mean, that's something that I'm going to have to deal with at some point. Alright, having a 3/3 in play seems quite good. Let's attack with the flyer. Let's attack with this flyer as well. This one trades, so I should keep that around. Alright. 3 blockers for 2 attackers. Yep. Okay. Oh my gosh, I think we are, like, on the cusp of stabilizing here. Rakshasa's Bargain, 16 cards left, 3, 4, 8 mana available. I'm gonna lead with Sibsig Appraiser. Let's get Fanekeeper's Familiar. Wow. Okay, that's obviously very, very strong. The question is, do I forego a token? Or do I just play Lotus Light Dancers? I think just playing Lotus Light Dancers is also pretty good. We have a flyer, 2 flyers, 5 blockers at 4 life. I mean, I could have gained 3 life, I suppose. If they have a way to deal 4 direct points of damage to me, that would be unfortunate. But getting the Disciple value train going also seems quite strong. Liking this board. Next turn, I will absolutely keep up the Familiar to gain life. I felt like this was a good window for me to play the Lotus Light Dancers. Certainly attacking with the Dancers and the Disciple. Sure. Do I have a dragon? I do. Maybe I could have kept one thing back. Okay. Flying and indestructible until end of turn. Okay. So that doesn't kill my dancers. So that's fine. Alright, so I'm at 7 life. So I can play both of these spells with the Sultai Devotee. Okay. Oh my gosh. I mean, some of these comebacks are ridiculous. Like, I thought for sure I was dead with their start. I want to apologize. I need to drink more coffee. Like, I absolutely should not get too upset, but you know, this isn't that long ago that Tarkir Dragonstorm was around, and I'm sure all of you have gotten Borosed out before, and to have it happen potentially a second time would have been tough. We've had some really good games so far, some extremely close ones. Like this one was a really close one we won. We won another one where we were at 1 life. We lost a super close one where my opponent dealt 16 damage to me in 1 turn. So we've had a lot of close calls, but we're still somehow in line for a potential trophy here. So we're 6-2. If we win this one, we get a trophy. All right, on the play here, I'm going to keep this. We have the turn 2 Devotee. Hopefully they don't kill it. If they kill this, we're in big trouble, because we don't have the blue source for the Sibsig Appraiser. Unless we, of course, naturally draw the blue source. Alright, well, Evolving Wilds is really interesting because I could have played it. But I think I'm just gonna take the... I'm gonna play out this Appraiser right away. It looks like they have a Dispelling Exhale. Sure. Great, great card. Didn't actually see a single copy of it in the draft, I don't think. Sibsig Appraiser. Alright, my opponent's very smart. Very smart. Certainly not gonna go for this trade here. Okay. Stormbrood. Okay, so let's fetch the island first. Then play the Appraiser. Then out the deck, you know what I mean? Although I kind of want to land. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry, Sirach. This seems like a matchup where every card matters, and the bargain gives you 2 cards. So obviously that is quite strong. 6 cards. Sure. So I don't want to play the Appraiser because it looked like they kept up counter magic. So I'm going to go for this end of turn. And then if they counter it, then next turn I can resolve something. Like, they have a counter spell, which is fine. Obviously, it's good, but this makes it so that they don't have the tempo back, right? If they countered my Appraiser and then played an expensive thing, they get the tempo back. Yeah. So they were going to get me with the counter spell there regardless. It would be funny if they also had a Dispelling Exhale here. I need to take... I'm going to take a land here over basically anything. Yeah, sorry, Sibsig. I mean, as much as I like Sibsig, hitting land number 5 with my hands just seems so important. Teval! Do I want this land? This is... The Sagu Pummeler is super funny. I gotta think about this. I don't think I want either card, now that I have 5 lands. Okay, we drew the land anyways. The only card I don't want to draw... I think the Wayfarer is pretty bad, so let's just put that in the yard. Alright, we have a decent board now. They have a million cards here. I mean, what did I say though, right? Like, the format is entirely... It's a 2 format. It's a sweet format for like the first couple of weeks. But it is really just two archetypes. It is Boros / Mardu aggro and 3 to 5 color dragons. They made a lot of sweet cards, but the mana fixing was just like The mana fixing is probably like a little bit too good. Devotee down, sure. I mean, their deck is great. Look at their spells. I mean, my opponent's deck is tremendous. I mean, they can kill this with the Dragon Hunt, sure, but I'm just curious what else they have in their hand. Is it just all lands? Nope. What does this say? Oh, I guess we'll block. Okay. They have 2 cards left. I definitely want to kill this. The way I look at this is even if they kill my Lotus Light, like it's gonna be really hard for them to kill my Dancers. But like I just have a lethal attack here with both anyways. And putting the counters on the Appraiser, that becomes like a super juicy target for the Dragon Hunt. I don't know. Right, Sibsig Appraiser. Guess we'll take Swamp. This is a 5/4 flyer. All right, they're at 2 life. Lotus Light Dancers all in. If they play a second creature, we still get them. They have the Glacial Dragon Hunt, but that only kills an Appraiser. Narset's Rebuke, okay. Into maybe a land flashback Dragon Hunt. Focus the mind. They have 2 lands here to play something relevant. Can they play something relevant? Yes! My opponent went super deep, but we had just enough to get it done, and we are now ranked 28. Whew, that's a good feeling. That is a good, anytime the format's been out for a couple days, so everybody's probably a little more used to this format than I am, but I am happy that I was able to pull it off with this configuration. Unclear if I should have maybe played the other Sarkhan's Resolve, but I think this was all in all a rock solid deck. Really, really high creature count, which obviously works super well with Haumph Behemoth. No shortage of action, right? Because look, we had 5 Sibsig Appraisers, a Rakshasa's Bargain, right? So that just means like we're going to chain these frequently and we're just always going to have stuff to do. We always had stuff to do with our mana for the most part. I wished my Lotus Light Dancers had a few more targets. Champion of Dosan would have been good. I thought the Agent of Kotis was a little too weak to play, which is why I chose not to play it. I don't know what other good blue cards there are. Maybe some of those flashback cards, which I'm forgetting the name right now. But all in all, I was also happy with my decision to play the Whale of War, which I think was really nice, because we had, 5 Sibsig Appraisers with the Rakshasa's Bargain. But yeah, solid deck. Haumph Behemoth as a nice way to close out games. Obviously against Boros, this is not very good. But when you play against other 4 or 5 color decks, oftentimes you just end up with a bunch of creatures on each side and it's hard to get through. And then this is just the ultimate mirror breaker. Won us a game, almost won us another one. So very, very happy with that. Our mana was fine. Certainly, there were more opportunities to take good fixing, but look, with triple Devotee and double Saga Wildling and 3 lands, it was still more than good enough for us to pull off what we needed to do. These Disruptive Stormbroods were excellent. Just super flexible card. I love this card. Removal spell early, but also there's lots of good artifacts and enchantments for you to kill in the late game. And the life gain from the Saga Wildling was also super important. So all in all, very, very happy that we were able to get it done. I think if there was one thing maybe this deck could have used, maybe we could have used like one more interactive spell. If I was going to nitpick, a Dispelling Exhale, something along those lines. But, just a really solid deck. Very, very happy with this. And hopefully we can rack up a few more trophies before Cube hits Magic the Gathering Arena. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate all of your support. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Edge of Eternities, Final Fantasy, or Spider-Man, or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are the place to go to for premium deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and much, much more. Go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.